What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and you might notice this from way back. It's something I've never really talked about on my channel, but this is the Pro Syndicate 1v1 that everybody knows so well, and you know, a lot of people, you see a lot of people saying, "Why are you streaming that?" And that pretty much came from this. And I just wanted to touch base on it and come back and revisit it, and kind of show where my standpoint actually on the video happened at. For those of you surprised, I ended up losing this 1v1. And I'm not even going to talk about why I lost or anything like that. Um, I'm going to talk more about the feelings of what happened after I lost it, because most people don't really care about the loss of the 1v1. People lose 1v1s. I've lost more than one 1v1, and you know it happens. 1v1s are circumstantial, and you know I keep going back to this. I remember watching Woody's gamertag be Hutch on shipment. I have. You know, does that make Hutch, you know, a worse player than Woody's game tag? No. 1v1s prove that you're good at 1v1 on whatever said map. With that being said, the big deal about this video was how I reacted to it. I ended up breaking in a controller. And it's not that I got mad because I lost, and you know, that in that way. I do have a tendency of a sore loser into me because I strive to do everything the best of my ability. But being a sore loser, I don't really think I am. Mainly because I've lost plenty of times. I've lost literally tens of thousands of times over my life. I'm a video game guy. How many times have you lost to a boss in, like, say, Final Fantasy VII or something like that, and you just had to start over? I mean, it sucks. You feel that regret, but it's a loss, and you go on and move on with your life. Usually, the reason anger comes is because there's so much else riding on it. Like, for example, I felt that all the things being said, I would have to come into this and beat him whole-handedly, and I fully expected to do that, and you know, things arose and it didn't happen, and it pretty much made me eat my words. And like at this time in my channel's growth, I really felt that my gameplay was the deriving factor of my channel, and after this video I realized that my gameplay wasn't the deriving factor of my channel, and it was basically, you know, an eye opener. There was a big backlash towards the end of it, but for the most part, it was more of like a hater's frenzy. I mean, people that didn't really like me ate this up, that I didn't win versus Pro Syndicate, but toward the end of it, after I actually ended up getting the loss of it, the reason I reacted the way I reacted, like I just said before, was because I felt like my people would abandon my channel or they would think I wasn't good at the game. I mean, people even to this day think I'm not good at the game, which is horrible. I mean, like, even, you know, channels, people that have, you know, that only build their content off gameplay are generally really good at the game because they understand things that other people don't understand. Like, think about it. When you first come into a game, what's the first thing you try to learn? Well, obviously most people just try to find somebody to kill. But you don't really understand where the spawns are coming at. You don't really understand, you know, why somebody comes here. You don't understand why this beats you or why that beats you. And when you start understanding that things, you kind of get the gist of the game together. But you know, with all that, I kind of felt like my channel was crumbling. After getting this loss, I felt like my channel was over. You know, my livelihood was over, and all this, and it was just it was a flood of emotion. There's really not much else to say about it. I mean, I'm not mad at Syndicate. I mean, he might be mad at me. I don't know. I mean, we don't really talk to each other, and I mean, like, he was on Painkiller already the other week. And like, I've always led my life to never hate a person for so long, because if you hate a person, you end up giving that person a part of yourself. And like, I have no reason to hate anybody. Alright, so what? Somebody bested me in a video game. It happens. Like I said, it's happened thousands and tens of thousands of other times. Hell, on Call of Duty alone, I probably have 10,000 losses. That's not counting Battlefield. That's not counting Battlefield Modern Combat 2. Hell, I remember what we used to do on World at War when I was playing before YouTube. This was before YouTube. We'd sit there and 1v1 on Dome all night. But it's funny how people remember this 1v1, but don't ever remember the 1v1 that I had against the subscribers. I remember one night after Painkiller already, I challenged everybody in the lobby to 1v1 me on World at War, and I ended up winning 32 games in a row. I mean, that's strictly on map knowledge. It's just like Hutch beating people on shipment. Remember videos like Hutch would beat 2 guys on shipment with a sniper rifle, and they could use assault rifles. The way Hutch did that is because he knew how to manipulate the spawns so well that he pretty much could center one guy, and if he could just trap that one guy, he could get 2 or 3 kills off on him before the other guy found him and finished him off. And that's the way that rolled. But that's pretty much the moral of the story. A lot of people thought I should do a public apology and all, but here's my grasp on public apologies. I owed an apology to Woody, and I owed an apology to Syndicate. They both got it. Nothing that was said in this game affected anybody that ended up watching this game. I mean, the reason I did the 1v1 is I felt like if I backed out of it, I'd be a punk. I mean, I had nothing to gain. If let's say this went off without a hitch and I beat Syndicate, whole-handedly, what would have gained? Nothing. I had everything to lose on this thing, and it was just a bad judgment call on my move. Just me being, trying to be good to my word. Be perfectly honest, because it's just that. But that's the Syndicate thing, and that's pretty much the whole story on it. That's in it. People keep bringing it up like it hurts my feelings or something. It doesn't hurt my feelings at all, dude. I mean, you can say, why you stream that shit. Hell, I got a t-shirt that says, why you stream that shit. You should buy one. You can buy one in the description of this video. But it's been your boy, Wings of Redemption. If you could, please give me 4,000 ratings. And if you have any suggestions on vintage videos you'd like to go back and pretty much have a commentary after the fact. Peace, people. What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm bringing you a little gameplay here on Kill Confirmed. And I just want to go ahead and talk about the Switch. A lot of people didn't like the way I played Domination on this game, and mainly because it's really, really campy. And the reason I played that way is it's the best way to win Domination. So I met a couple guys, and I was introduced to another couple guys from my PSN friends list, and basically they started teaching me Kill Confirmed. Kill Confirm is the new game mode for Modern Warfare 3. Obviously, this game's almost 6-7 months old. You're probably fully aware of what Kill Confirm actually is. But what I wasn't aware of is Kill Confirm can be played like Domination. You can abuse the spawn points and all this wonderful and glory. Well, it's not really abusing the spawn points as much as it is predicting them. It's a little hard to abuse the spawn points, but you can pretty much predict them. Like, for example, on Mission. A Mission is I've got 3 or 4 gameplays on Mission already saved up, and all of them are pretty good. And you see a lot of things happening. But pretty much this is how it happens. There's 3 main spawns on this map. There's the spawn right here, which is right behind me. There's the C Domination spawn, and there's the behind the A little medical missionary building spawn. So mostly C Domination is the main spawn here. So you can pretty much stay on this side, or you can get to stand in the middle, or you can go to the far right and look at C Dom, and you can kill people that way. As soon as they stop spawning that way, you just flip around and start shooting the other way. It's real easy. It's real easy to take care of. So generally, it's a lot of high scoring games, a lot of Moabs happen on Mission. There's a couple maps just like this. What's another map just like this? Interchange is a map I enjoy a lot on Kill Confirm. Mainly because Interchange is an assault rifle friendly map, just like it is on Domination. And since it's an assault rifle friendly map, I tend to do very well in it, because assault rifles are always been my forte. And even when the games before assault rifles got popular, such as World at War, I still use the assault rifles. I remember in World at War, X-Guy was talking about Type 99 Thompson. I was over here using the SVT-40. I don't know. I just like anything that's accurate, from medium range to long range. It's the way I've always been. But with that changed, I have a really cool M16 gameplay. But the only problem is it's like 10 minutes long, and I got to think of a really good commentary to go along with it. So I got to wait till something grasp my mind to show it to you. It's a really cool M16 gameplay, though. But Yeah, Kill Confirmed is a lot of fun. It's a lot more fast paced than Domination is, and I move around a lot more since it's pretty much you're not spawn trapping. You're pretty much just catching people on the flip, which is basically the same thing I used to do in Black Ops. In Black Ops, reading the spawns was easier because of a Blackbird. You play the game long enough with Blackbird on, you pretty much realize where people spawn at, and you realize that they're going to start spawning there soon enough. And it's all about predicting the spawns. That's all it is. Well, that's pretty much all Call of Duty's ever been, has been predicting the spawns. You know, knowledge is power. If you have the knowledge, you can easily go ahead and, you know, rein in on the other team and go ahead and chime off on them one time. Let's go ahead and cut these kill streaks out. Sorry if you guys wanted to see the kill streaks. I mean, I'll put them in the next time, but I'm really, really sleepy, dude. It's like 6:30 in the morning, and I just wanted to touch base with you guys and kind of let you know which way the gameplay is going direction on my channel, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. I ended this game 30-4. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption, and I hope you guys have a wonderful time. And tell me if you like the Kill Confirmed gameplay better than the Domination. Peace. Alright, guys. Alright, this video might not be for everybody. I'm just going to go ahead and warn you that. But but this is more like a little tip video. It's, you know, it's 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, guys. I mean, cut me some slack. So here's the tip. I've had recently been asking, why do I do this all the time in my videos? And like I said, this video might not be for you, and I'm sorry if it's not for you. I mean, there'll be another good video coming up here shortly, and if you could, you can check out some of my other videos. This video is mainly just to talk about why I constantly zoom in and out. Alright, concentrate on the red dot. Notice how the red dot starts to sway. Just keep looking at it. It actually might be hard to check the red dot out. Let's do a darker surface. Alright, there we go. Alright, notice how the red dot starts to sway. Notice how the longer I hold it, the more it sways. Notice how big the sway pattern is. Okay? So what we're going to do is find a nice dark wall. Yeah, right here. It's got bullet holes in it already, though. Here's the one that doesn't have bullet holes. Alright. What we're going to do is we're going to have the sway go and kick in full effect, and then we're going to fire, you know. Alright, sway's full effect, and then we're going to fire basically a full clip. Alright, this is full on sway of the LMG. There we go. As you can see, rather big area. Now, I'm going to take the time to just constantly fire after zooming in. I mean, there's a noticeable difference there. It's almost half of what the other one was. I obviously didn't shoot 2 bullets. But as you can see, just like right here, let me go ahead and cut this out on a screenshot. The difference in the size of the bullet pattern. I'm going to ignore the little one down there. But that's the reason I do it. Because it keeps resetting the sway of the gun. And guns I like to use, like the M16, it helps it helps a lot. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If not, you know, thank you for watching anyway. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm out.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back bringing you a little audio commentary today. And it, as always, it's Fail Friday. Here we go. If you want to be a part of Fail Friday, please send it to SapphireWings30@hotmail.com. Leave a tagline of Fail Friday and the whatever you want to talk about. And as always, let's go ahead and get into it. First question today comes from Marcus. Hey, Wings. I saw you. Thanks for taking the time to read this. I've had one question in particular, and I've always wanted you to answer for a while. I saw your dual com with Redneck, and you're leaving comments on any given video promoting their channel. I wonder what's the appropriate ways to promote yourself without coming off as annoying to other people. Alright, I've touched on this a lot of times, and I know there's probably going to some people like, oh, not this again. All right. This is going to be a quick answer, Marcus. People should recognize your channel on one merit and one merit alone, being creative. And if you want your channel to grow, you need to do videos that will make your channel grow. This is something that even I struggle with today. This is the never-ending circle of being creative on YouTube and trying to stay relevant. Because there's two, maybe three kinds of videos. Let's go over them. First kind of video, this is the viral video. This is the video that is designed to be shared. You know, if you see a video, you're like, man, I bet Tommy would like to see this video. That's a viral video. You know, let's look at some of the viral videos that I've had. I've had how to level up fast on Modern Warfare 2, a video that people can share showing them how to level up on Modern Warfare 2. I've had a montage went viral, and that was my Gold Commando montage. People saw it and they liked the music or whatever in it, and it went viral. And my band editing a TV to see a fat guy really fuck up a TV. That went viral. I mean, that's the reason most people see these things and people try to go for that viral video. It's just something that you can share over and over and over again. You know, dogs and cats and things like that. You, on the other hand, probably want to do a video entrenched in gaming. Well, when you get entrenched in gaming, you got to kind of do the same thing as step one, but you have to step it back a bit. Gaming, you have a core audience, and the core audience is very important. That's pretty much your whole channel's lifeblood. So when you're a gaming guy, you concentrate on who you have. You don't concentrate on who you don't have. Because if you can keep the people that you have happy, they're more than likely to word of mouth tell their friends about you. The conversation goes something like this: hey man, did you see X-Jaws' new video? Yeah dude, I saw X-Jaws' new video. It was great. But I had to watch this guy's video before X-Jaws. I mean, I really like him. I mean, he really speaks to me. And you want to beat that guy's name that went in before X-Jaws. Because word of mouth is the fastest way to grow a channel. I mean, you might get, you know, instant gratitude from spamming on bigger channels. But let's say you hit every big channel. Say you hit Woody, X-Jaws, you know, Whiteboy, you know, PewDiePie, whatever. You know, what's the other guy? Huber Axernova. Let's say you hit all those channels on a pre-made thing. How many views you gonna get? 100, 200, maybe 500 views, and then they don't come back. Well, what you just did is you just canceled those 500 people from ever watching your video again. And over time, you're just burying yourself with that kind of promotion. I mean, just imagine if, like, say, I don't know, let's say Coca-Cola came and put an ad up in front of Pepsi. Like, say Pepsi had a stand, and the Coke guy came and put one up right in front of Pepsi. I mean, the people that drink Pepsi will see that in bad taste and never even attempt to try Coca-Cola. I mean, that might be a bad example, but you kind of get what I'm saying. That's the kind of videos you're going to have to make. Best thing to do is pretty much talk to the people you have, stay active on your channel, and let things roll from there. I mean, don't put all your eggs in one basket. You do this as a hobby until it presents itself as something more than a hobby. Let's go and move on to the next question. Wow, God, this next question is a doozy. I'm gonna try to keep this one short, and he asked me not to say his name, so we're gonna go ahead and get into this without saying his name. He goes, "Hey Wings, please keep my name private. I need some advice pertaining to my mother. All my life, my mother's been an alcoholic with a terrible decision resulting in 3 DUIs and over $100,000 in debt that my father had to pay. Around a year and a half ago, she got her 3rd DUI and was sent to jail for 9 months and was on house arrest another 4. She got a lot better, and was sober for over a year. This was very good. This made my entire family happy. However, my dad had always fought and really had a really bad fight with her 2 months ago. There was no physical abuse whatsoever, but a lot of screaming on my dad's part. So the next day, my mom left and went to a home for women in danger of abuse. She stayed there for a week and was right back home for the next weekend. Typical for my mom. She was home for the whole week and suddenly left for different reasons. She said that her parole officer came to the home and said she had to go back. But however, she basically stole $5,000 of his dad's money without telling him, and may or may not have an affair. They filed divorce. I'm just shortcoming the rest of the story. It's a paragraph. You know, when I first read this thing in whole, I was like, man, this might be out of my reach. But I actually see the problem here. I mean, obviously you don't like your mom because you see your mom as a is what she is. Your mom's a party animal. She likes to party. She most likely likes drugs of some sort. I mean, I'm not saying that's for certain, but that kind of characteristic kind of lends to that. And the big question is, your mom and dad still having sex? I mean, your dad seems to love your mom a lot because being $100,000 in debt. I mean, which is pretty common, to be perfectly honest. But when that $100,000 in debt is DUIs and things like that, and not things such as a house, it can be a lot more disheartening. And your father sat there through with her and actually stuck it out with her and paid up the money, went through all her DUI things, did with her drinking habit. So your dad obviously loves your mom. He loves her a lot. That's probably why he didn't want to file a divorce. That's why you probably had to force him to file for divorce, and it's probably killing him inside, because he's basically getting to the point where he feels he needs her in his life. That's why he's willing to pay for all her mistakes. But your mom has no interest in your dad whatsoever. So here's the advice I can give you. With everything else set aside, let her go. I mean, that's all you can do. If you love something and you let it go, if it comes back, it's meant to be. That's what it is. If she wants to sow her wild roots, go for it. If she's done with your father, I mean, it's something your father's going to have to get over with. I mean, she obviously is not happy where she is. If people don't become alcoholics because they're happy. People don't become alcoholics because they're happy with their lives, and that's why I said, does your father still have sex? Because if that whole year she was sober and home and they weren't getting no sex, I mean, your mother doesn't want her to begin with. I mean, a person that loves another person will do anything for them to make them happy, and that's just my saying on this. As anyways, guys, that's Fail Friday. It's actually on Friday today. And like I said before, if you'd like to be a part of Fail Friday, please send your question with the tag of Fail Friday to SapphireWings30@hotmail.com. And as always, it's been your boy Wings of Redemption. And if you could, please leave a rating. They help me out tremendously. And I thank you very much. Peace, people.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back, and I'm doing a little after birthday commentaries for you late tonight. And I had a pretty good birthday. I mean, I spent it doing something that I kind of wish I didn't do on my birthday, but at the same time, I got a lot of smiles on my birthday, and that's generally how I judge my birthday. How many times I can smile on something. And you guys did a tremendous job helping me out. But my birthday wish kind of fell a little short, so I'm just going ahead and kind of give it a little bit more time and say, let's go. We have a birthday bonanza weekend bash. The video, last time I checked, was 17,000 views short of the 1 million goal that we actually set. And I'm going to link the video in the description and an annotation on this video. If you guys could really help me out, I really would like my first 1 million view video on my channel. And this video is so old. And if you want to, just check it out. It's actually a rather cool video, even though it's pretty much irrelevant for what actually I do now, because it's 2 Call of Duties back, and it's kind of like a level up system that I used to use. But it kind of went mass viral, and that was really cool. And that will be my first 1 million view video. You can actually hear how much younger I am and how my equipment has gotten better throughout the years. So check that out. What did I end up doing on my birthday? Well, we ended up conquering the Cthulhu, the master of all ceremonies, the entanglement of childhood dreams, the controller graveyard, and it was a massacre. It is 100% untangled now. I don't know how many of you guys ever read the book Maniac Max. Well, Maniac Max had the world's largest knot, and that's what he was untangled. That's one of the things that he did in the book, and I always put that entanglement of cords and stuff, the controller graveyard, as my Maniac Max knot. I mean, I don't know how many people actually read that book growing up in. We actually read it in elementary school, so it was an elementary school book, but actually the teacher read it to us, but to be perfectly honest. Other than that, I've been helping my boy Zoid Base Commander to try to get his foothold in the door on the YouTube scene. He pretty much did my Dead Space 2 Let's Play, and he's the guy with the big Viking beard, which everybody seems to think like, wow, Wings, you grew blonde hair, big red beard. Nah, dude. I am as far from Irish as you humanly can be. I actually have German descent in me. That's why I'm so pale. And yeah, but yeah, people say he should be a commentator. He actually is a commentator. He does Let's Plays, and he's done 2.5 Let's Plays. Well, technically he's done over 2 Let's Plays because he did a dual-com Let's Play on me on my Resident Evil 3 Let's Play series where me and him just sat around and shot the shit on the Resident Evil 3 Let's Play. And he also did a Dead Space 2, and he started a Silent Hill. Well, he's probably going to come back and do a Fallout 3 pretty soon, Let's Play on War God YouTube, and see, and kind of just test the waters. So we kind of got his computer ready tonight. That's why I was actually looking for the Sony Vegas 10 and things like that to kind of go ahead and get him on the right track, because, you know, he's had a little rough patch in his life. And, you know, anytime I can, you know, slip him some extra money, I try to do it. Other than that, I had a very good birthday. I mean, I'm 26 now. That means I'm over halfway to 30. And, you know, once you hit 30, you get the dirt status. And the dirt status, you know, Woody's gamer tags are, you know, what is 40? 40 is, you know, ancient. I mean, what comes after dirt? I don't think there anything comes after dirt. I mean, paper turns into dirt, doesn't it? I mean, I guess clay. Petrified dirt. Can dirt petrify? I doubt it. Who knows? But yeah, I'm at 26 now. I'm not in the 40s. I've seen people accuse me of being 40. But no, I just turned 26. And I'm a pretty young dude. I am. I'm a pretty young dude. But hopefully you guys will stay tuned with my channel for many more years. Hopefully I'll get to celebrate my next birthday with you guys as well. And as always, it's been your boy Wings of Redemption. And I'm Audi 5000. Peace, pimps. What's up, playboys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and that probably sounded stupid as hell. But you might notice what here. It's like, what is this? This is a jug suit. Yeah, boy. Bring that bulletproof monster in. I just wanted to show this off, well, this run off, because I spent almost 6 minutes in this suit and end up saving, well, being part of saving the game. I can't single-handedly say I saved this game by myself, but I pretty much helped orchestrate this win here. And believe me that Newbie 1 Kenobi was also in a jug suit as well, holding down another flag. We went into this game playing around. Almost everybody on our team was running support recon and the jug suit. Well, I happen to have a lot of practice in the jug suit. It's one of the actual kill streaks I run I actually run it a lot. The reason I run Juggernaut suit a lot is because it's one of the most efficient kill streaks on the game. As you'll see here, I get almost 30 kills in this kill streak. Name another kill streak that you can get almost 30 kills in. You can't. That's the reason why the Juggernaut is so good. But it's also one of those kill streaks that can easily just piss you off if you don't have support of your team. So if you're going to run the Recon Juggernaut, it's best to run it with a team that's willing to support you. Alright, so you're slow as shit and you're playing domination. What is the best way to do it? Remember that you have a motion sensor on and that they can see you at all times. So there's no use to hide. But it does not mean you can't use cover. You'll see in a little bit. So basically what I did is I tried to stay on the flag. I actually tried to stay on the B flag in particularly. And I tried to keep back so my team could actually cover me if I need to be. You see right here? I go on the side wall, which probably saved me right here. Stay behind the thing. Oop. Remember, I got a knife, kid. Get your shit away from me. But just using cover, using it to my advantage, and just pistol whipping the shit out of people. Because when you're in the jug suit, you have 500 health, and that 500 health regenerates. You know it's respawn trap at this point. Look at the score. We're down by almost 50 points toward the end of the game. We got to get some shit going. So basically, we start coordinating. I got 16 fucking assists from the jug suit already, so it's already kicking in pretty good. Because you get an assist every time somebody kills somebody, and you help them out. So I pretty much say I'm going to take B. Somebody needs to take C. And we're sitting trying to do the math at this point. Trying to figure out if we can actually win this game. Which we actually could have. But we do end up getting a triple cap down. I want to go ahead and point out to this team. This is the team that actually ended my 230 some odd game win streak on PlayStation. Because they beat us the very next round. 189 to 200 on bootleg. And they did that from a quick jump off on B. And we just never could seal it down again. I did get in the jug suit once in that game, and I did end up taking flags, but they ended up catching me by myself on A, and I was only able to kill all 5 or 6 before they ended up getting me. But, you know, it is what it is. It's all gravy in the end. As you notice right here, don't be afraid to run with the jug suit. You see right there, I jumped down and I used my teammates to clean them off. You remember you're a distraction, but you only have 500 some health, and that can get eat up quick if you got a couple guys shooting at you at one time. So it's best just to isolate people if you can, because if you can isolate a person and remember always start shooting low, you're going to easily rack up the kills with the pistol and the jug suit, especially since it has scavenger. And there's pretty much nothing they can do to you. I don't really use the riot shield on it at all. I just use it as a really big health pistol thing. The only time I'd use the riot shield is if I get caught really bad and I'm just going to be backing up into my team. Because I don't know if they fixed it yet, but there is a glitch with the riot shield. If you have it on and you get stuck with a Semtex, it like almost instantly kills you. But if you get stuck with a Semtex with the pistol out, it doesn't kill you. So if you get stuck with the riot shield, I always just throw it right on my back so it switches that characteristic. Because you kind of change it to a different character when you actually do it off right here. You see right here, here's a perfect example of just using cover. I keep seeing this guy's coming, and I just stay by there and get that health. Any little bit of health generation you can get is magnified on the jug suit. Because it's not really that it gives you 500 health, it just gives you a shit ton of damage reduction, and just use that shit ton of damage reduction to your thing. So since it's damage reduction and not actual health, every second or 2 seconds of health regain on the jug suit is enormous in comparison. So every little second counts. If you can get 1 or 2 seconds of health regeneration going on, if you can avoid the fight or put the fight off that longer, do it, because it'll help you out in the upcoming fight. Also, a good trigger finger and being really good at pistol whipping is another good perk of this, especially if you like the pistol whip. I love pistol whipping. It's one of my funnest things to do on the game. It's just, I don't know, it's just super fun. As you see right here, we actually took the lead at this point, and I'm going to go let you guys know, if you could please leave a rating. This is a very fun way to play it. If you want to see more of the Bulletproof monster, what I like to call it, or the Recon Juggernaut, if you like this kind of gameplay, please give a rating. If I could get 4,000 ratings, that would be tremendous. As always, it's been your boy Wings of Redemption, and that's how you save a game of domination with the Recon Juggernaut, which in my opinion, next to EMP, is the second best kill streak on the game. Luckily, both of them are in support. Funny that. It's been your boy, and I'm out at 5,000 pimps. Peace.
Nice work, Delta. Well done.
Another day.
It is
Another day.
Another 50 cent.
Another 50 cent.
50 cents.
Big money hustlers. Big money hustlers. I see you got a new wound on your hand there.
Yeah.
Go ahead and show that to the camera. Oh, look at that bad boy.
It did look bad.
It's healing up now, though.
And you'll learn to talk back to Grandma.
Yeah. All
Stab the
I asked for
motherfucker.
was let me borrow the car to go to the store, and the bitch stabbed me in the hand.
Man, why you stabbing for?
Cause I don't like nobody to bug me. When they bug me, I'll mess them up. I'll fuck them up.
Oh, man.
Well, I'll send you to buy my beer next time.
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
You know, speaking of fucking somebody up, I heard White Boy 7th Street wants to 1v1 on some Call of Duty.
Who?
White Boy 7th Street, you ever heard of him? I haven't either.
Sounds like a loser to me.
Oh,
You
man.
watch Daisy trying to get squat on me.
You know, I think I should go ahead and give a challenge to White Boy. 1v1 no scope.
No scope?
No scope.
Yeah, and then take your skills from your gangster grandma and use the knife.
1v1 no scope out knife.
Yeah.
I didn't cut that girl.
Challenge is on. Oh, man. I'm going to talk about something as a whole here. And I just got back from watching The Lucky Ones, which is a movie which I don't really want to review. I mean, it was a typical Lifetime type movie. But I did a video right before I left called 1v1 White Boy. And let me go ahead and throw some backstory onto that. basically, I've heard Whiteboy wanted to 1v1, but he wanted to 1v1, like just playing around, whatever, just doing that thing, basically in, you know, the kind of frame of the Syndicate thing. And I've read some really, really shitty comments since then. Like, I see a lot of people, I hate Whiteboy. What do you hate Whiteboy for? What has Whiteboy ever done to you? Seriously, what has Whiteboy ever done to you? He's not done a damn thing to you. You're like, oh, he did a giveaway. So you could have a chance to win shit? And dude, Whiteboy is one of the nicest people out there. He is, I'm serious. Whiteboy is a nice, sweet old, you know, guy that minds his own business. And he happens to be an online personality. If you have any issue with that, you need to reevaluate your life. Because you know what? You're just a hater. That's all you are. You're me back when I was like 12. When I hated on Leonardo DiCaprio because all the other girls liked him. You're hating on Whiteboy because he's more successful than you and he's in a spot that you want to be in. Instead of spending all your time with a mad face on, why don't you actually do something and get out there and be procreative instead of sitting here on my video whining and crying. And other players, people took this thing way too serious. Like, Whiteboy's gonna kick your ass. Dude, it's not that serious. It isn't. It was meant to be something that played around, and that's what it's going to be. Something that's played around. Why do you think I challenged him to no scope? 1v1 no scope. You know why? Because no scope, it shows zero talent whatsoever. It's 100% random. Basically, what me and Whiteboy are going to be playing is a game of pennies, where we flip the coin, and whoever gets the heads the most wins the game. That's it. And you know, I'm going to throw other stipulations on, which comes a little bit later. But the whole thing is supposed to be fun. Just something just to be fun. Camaraderie. But, you know, people like, ooh, Wings, you're a bad... Dude, I'm far from a bad player. I seriously am. I mean, just look at my stats. Look at my stats up on the PS3. Hell, look them up on the Xbox. Hell, even on the Xbox, I'm a 2.7 KD player with around a 7 or 8 win-loss. On the PS3, I have a 3.10. And I have a 11.5 win-loss. How is that a bad player? That's not even close to being bad. You know what my KD sucks so mad on Xbox? One, that's the console I learned on. You know what my KD on the PS3 on Modern Warfare 2 was? 2.85. You know what it was on Xbox? 310. Why? Because I learned on the PS3 that time. Same thing with Black Ops. Black Ops came around. Xbox, I had a 325. PS3 had a 370. Guess which console I learned the maps on? Xbox. Whichever game I get the game first is usually the console with the less KD. Why? Because when I buy the game on the other console, I already know the maps. I already know what happens, and I'm already a step ahead of everything else in that department. That is why it is. My KD is lower in Modern Warfare 3 than the previous Call of Duties because the lag compensation. That's it. That's period. Also, I went into Modern Warfare 3 trying to play around, but I soon found lag compensation so frustrating that I didn't want to run around whatsoever. That's it. If you want to say you're a better player than me, go for it. I mean, unless you can prove it up and back it up continually, I don't make new accounts. I don't have 15 accounts trying to prove I can hold a 5 KD for the first 20 levels. No. I hold a 3 to 4 KD, 7 or 8 prestiges in. And you want to sit here and call me a bad player. Screw you. I mean, other than that, stay tuned, guys. There's a video coming up. It kind of puts more stakes on the Whiteboy 1v1. As always, it's been your boy Wings of Redemption. I just felt I needed to address this because some people are just silly in the comments. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wings of Redemption. And I just want to talk about where my channel's at right now. I mean, my channel is doing well. It's doing what it used to do again and all this. But there's one thing that always bothers me with it is just the lack of direction that my channel actually has. Like, I mean, for the most part, I talk over gameplay. And the reason that is because it's the easiest way to get multiple videos out a day. And for the most part, I'm talking over gameplay of a game I don't even like. I mean, it's not that Modern Warfare 3 is a horrible game. It's just not very fun to play for a long period of time. Like, I don't see how some people have gotten like 20 of prestige. I mean, if you take both of my accounts into account, I've gotten to 12th prestige. and 12th prestige, and like even then I'm like, sometimes you just gotta assign yourself powering through. I think it has a lot to do with the play style. I've been trying to play a little bit more aggressive to see if the game would get a little bit more fun, but for the most part, it gets annoying. I mean, rushing is fun at times when you're doing well. It is. It's super fun. But the fact is, how many times have you like got to the spot where you wanted to be rushing, you're about to do, and then somebody dead man hands you, and all of a sudden you spawn on the other side of the fucking map. Now you spend half the map getting back over there, and that in itself is annoying. That's why you see me using the attack insert right here, because I was trying to play for a little bit more aggressive gameplay. I kind of switched about midway through. I don't think in the game itself, right here's where I get fucking shit on. Like, don't you hate that right there? Or you wait on somebody so long, and then as soon as you fucking move, here they come. But the attack insert saves me and scores me a couple more kills. So I end up putting it back. I try to put the attack insert a little bit further away than I normally would want to, mainly to try to just conceal it. Because don't you just hate getting killed and getting killed again with the attack insert? I know I do. But like, it seems like there's a lack of agenda. Like, I mean, I've always wanted to be one of those channels that had, constantly fresh gameplay where it just came easy like it used to. It used to come real easy to me because when I started out in World of War, I knew everything about World of War. I enjoyed playing the game. I played it for fun. I played it for fun before I even started doing YouTube, and like I learned everything there was about the game. And I would just find myself hanging out on it just to chill out. And I feel like there's people still doing the hanging out thing on like Call of Duty, but I feel like I'm playing the game just to play the game, just because I have to. Like, I don't really want to be in that scenario. That's why I tried to do the branch off, last month with the Amnesia Let's Play, and nobody really got into it. But Let's Plays in themselves, Let's Plays are the most profitable thing on YouTube. Don't get me wrong. If I was a money whore, I would be doing Let's Plays. And you might see the difference, like, oh, your COD videos get 20 to 35K. Well, how are they not? Well, you understand, like, yeah, my COD videos get 20 to 30K, but there's only like 2 of them a day. Whereas a Let's Play might get 10K, and there's 6 of them a day. See how it is? And they have a longer long tail because you do more games. Like, how many times can you watch somebody play this game before it's like, oh, here's this shit again? Like, as you're watching this game right now, what's standing out in this game so far? Not a damn thing. You're seeing what you could normally see. And that's just what it is. I mean, like, it bothers me because my channel has no direction no more, because mainly the way the maps are set up on this game, you can't really define strategies. Like back in World of War, things I would do is I was teaching people, to try to score those 2 extra skills by standing still, to try to showing spots on war to basically get big kill streaks going, how to get the dogs running on war, things like that. I'd show people how to kill tanks, effective ways to use tanks on different maps. I mean, World of War had so many extra variables, and then Modern Warfare 2 came out. I was running the kill leaderboard, and I was just getting these huge ground war kill games, and even then, that was exciting. Then I created the Rifleman C series, so I'd play with different weapons to try to get them, try to get big kill games with them, and then I'd give the history to them. Even then, channel still had direction. And then Black Ops came out. Black Ops, I had the Ghost Hunter series, I had the Beast Mode Engage series, I had all these other things. And like Modern Warfare 3, I just always feeling stumped when I'm playing. I know this might seem like a bitching video, but trust me, it's really not a bitching video. And like you see right here, I'm using the sentry gun, trying to get it so I'm doing something different. And like I'm so afraid of it just going stale. Like I don't know. It's because it comes with these constant variables, and then I see good ideas, like the idea that Woody is doing right now, blowing stuff up in the microwave. That seems like a cool idea, and I'm like, man, I wish I thought of that first. Basically, what I'm trying to say is it's getting harder and harder to do just gameplay commentary, because I mean, like the last month, I've pretty much relied on the news to give me topics, because there's really nothing to talk about in Call of Duty anymore. I mean, like, when is the next game coming out? When's the next, thing? Like, what's gonna blow up? I mean, like, the reason I'm going through this, I know I'm stuttering at this point and I'm stumbling on my words, is Diablo 3 is coming out. And I know Diablo 3 is not going to be a big video. You know why Diablo 3 is not going to be a big video? I put out 2 beta videos, and they combined got like, what, one sitting at like 13,000, one sitting at 20,000. That's 30,000 on the video. Obviously, I put them out at bad times too, but I mean, I'm just watching the videos themselves. Like, I can understand there's gonna be tips and tricks, just like the Skyrim is, but Diablo 3 is not gonna be one of those things that's gonna be you can launch off of for a while, and it's just not a game that lends itself to that. And I'm gonna be playing Diablo 3, and it's gonna be chewing up a lot of my time, and I'm like wondering how can I get to the point where I can kind of have a balance in my life between making content that you guys want to see versus content that I want to actually do. And that's the barrier in me. I mean, for the most part, I'm a gamer at heart. I mean, like, unlike a lot of people, I'm a serious gamer. I play a lot of things, and Call of Duty isn't one of them. Like, you can kind of tell when I put gameplay out and I haven't played Call of Duty in a while. Like this one, for example, I will be sloppy on the irons. Like, I haven't touched an Xbox controller in almost a month. And then I played 4 or 5 games today, and this is one of the games that I played. And I did this one mainly because it's a little different than the norm you'll see on my channel. I mean, I'm tack inserting, I'm using sentry guns. I actually never get to use my sentry guns, but I'm trying to be in a higher traffic area and trying to keep advantage of it. Oh, look at that! I end up getting him with hip fire. But I don't know. Maybe you guys could help me out. Like, what's some fresh ideas that could spark multiple videos? That's basically what I'm asking. I mean, like, I have a Diablo 3 history coming up later today, and it's basically based on a 1v1 on Dome that I had last night. And I think the 1v1 on Dome was very entertaining, but, you know, obviously those are only a couple videos deep. And, you know, I don't expect that video to get more than maybe 15,000 views because, to be honest, I have a first-person shooter channel, and I'm just not in love with the first-person shooter genre no more. What would you guys do if you were in my shoes? That's what I'm basically asking. It's been your boy, Wings of Redemption, and as always, if you could please leave a rating, it would help me out tremendously. Love you guys, and I'm out at 5,000 pimps. Peace. What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back and I'm bringing you a little commentary today about Diablo as a whole. So I'm gonna try to do this really quick, and I'm gonna be talking fast, so go ahead and stick with me. Diablo 1. Keep in mind, the series of Diablo, the idea behind Diablo is much grander than the actual 3 games have put it out to be, which we don't know what the 3rd game entails all the way, but we're going to talk mainly about the first 2 games. And this is where it stands at. Basically, you have Deckard Cain, which is the one character that's in all 3 of them. Well, yeah, Deckard Cain is... I'll start trying to think of any other characters in all 3 of them. Which he is a Herodrum Mage. A Herodrum is a group that basically fashioned things called Soul Stones. These Soul Stones helped Heaven basically capture the greater evils of Hell. The greater evils are Mephisto, Baal, and Diablo. Diablo was the main protagonist of the first game, so the series is kind of named after him because the game centered around him. And the second game centered around him coming back and resurrecting his brothers, which, you know, basically the end of Diablo 2 was more about Baal than it was Diablo himself, but Diablo himself was still the hardest of the 3 superpowers to defeat in Diablo 2. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. Diablo 1 was basically centered around a town called Tristram. Tristram has been in all 3 of the Diablos so far, and it is a small town where the base of a cathedral. The cathedral is where they decided to hold Diablo, because after the Soul Stones were captured, they had to hide these Soul Stones so nobody could actually get out and unleash the evil powers to walk the earth again. So they decided to bury it in a cave under a cathedral in a town called Tristram. Well, a guy named Lazarus, which was an archbishop of one of the strongest kings out there, the Black King, Leoric, decided to move the throne of Leoric to Tristram. And suddenly there was a plague under it. But little did they know, the actual power of Diablo could reach outside of his crystal and manifest in people's minds and cause madness. Eventually, Diablo summoned Leoric, thinking he could take over Leoric's mind and have a venture down into the pits. Well, Leoric fought him. Leoric was a lot stronger than Diablo predicted, and he ended up driving Leoric mad. Leoric started killing people off in droves and in mountains, and just being a tyrant like in a Saddam Hussein type thing. And eventually the townspeople stood up and they ended up killing Leoric. His first knight Lockdown actually did that, and he drove a sword into his heart. And then, after Diablo realized he lost his host, he then took Leoric's son Albric. Prince Albric was a lot more susceptible to the demon's powers, and through Prince Albric he manifests all the monsters in the cathedral. And the monsters of the cathedral through the dreams and nightmares of Prince Albric's mind. With the help of Lazarus, because basically talking through Lazarus allowed him to see that he could be a demigod, which he was lying to him to begin with. He brought Prince Albert down to the bowels of the cathedral so he could basically take over Prince Alberic's body, and he was going to plunge the soul stone deep inside of his head. And so Prince Albert could be consumed with Diablo's essence and Diablo could walk the earth again. That's why Diablo in Diablo 2 has a soul stone in his head. But we'll get to that a little bit later. What the Erodrim didn't understand or do is all the superpowers actually harnessed their soul stone, even though it had captured them in their essence, and they actually used it, and it held their life force, and they never did get around to it. But what it is after Tristram, that's where Diablo 1 game series actually came from. You have 3 characters that came and tried to decipher the evil of Tristram and save the townsfolk, which storyline wise, the warrior done it. The warrior went to the depths of the cathedral, and he basically slain Diablo, reincarnated, and took his soul stone and plunged it into his own head. The reason he plunged it into his own head was because he felt he was strong enough to hold the essence of Diablo, much like the warrior Tal Rasha did with Baal. That's from what Cain did. But little to know, that's the start of Diablo 2. Diablo 2, you have the warrior fighting the essence of Diablo within him for years, but he finally gets overcome and took over, and Diablo actually walks the earth with the powerful warrior's body. Now you have a new group of heroes that go out and try to chase him down. Well, they're chasing him down through things like Luke Ghislaine, Kurast. You go through all the acts of Diablo 2, chasing Diablo, and you see that he resurrects all of his brothers. He resurrects Tal Rasha, who is chained up in the sand pits of Luke Ghislaine, fighting Baal for eternity. He resurrects Mephisto, which Mephisto had already had already influenced the priest of Zakharum, much like Diablo had did with Leoric and them. And in result, all 3 of them walk the earth. So what you do in Diablo 2 is you slain them again. You take their soul stones and crush it on the Hell Forge, and thus distorting their essence, banishing them to who knows or wherever. I've always asked this question myself: what do you send a demon that's from hell? I mean, that you just didn't want to have access to hell and made the lesser powers actually have access. Because Osmodon and Belial, which are 2 of the characters that's never made an appearance in the series yet, those are 2 lesser evils which you can hear through in the Sin War in the original Diablo game. Which those 2 are basically the rulers of hell in the absence of Mephisto, Baal, and Diablo. I know this is starting to sound really fucking nerdy right now, but stick with me. But at the end of Diablo 2, Lord of Destruction, you end up breaking the World Stone, which I hope they kind of bring that into Diablo 3, because you just can't have them go back and, Leoric and the Fallen Star. Which the Fallen Star, they don't really talk about what it does in the Diablo 3 beta. But you have to talk about the World Stone, because at the end of Diablo 2, Baal had corrupted the World Stone. The World Stone was basically the barrier that kept hell from walking on Earth. And it would allow all the minions and demons from hell to walk this earth. And the Archangel Tyrael actually broke the World Stone, which was in Horgoth, with his sword Azurath, basically allowing hell to plummet onto Earth. See, this kind of led me to a bunch of different things. I've been speculating about Diablo for a while at that point, which obviously some of this is wrong, but we're going to see it in the long run. But that's the idea of Diablo in a nutshell. So Diablo 3 should be setting up somewhere around the World Stone and the evils, and you have a new set of heroes, or even the old set of heroes. I know there's like a barbarian and a wizard, but a new set of heroes set out in another part of the world to basically fight off the minions of the World Stone and maybe put it back together. But who knows? This is it, and people that are sitting here wondering about the game itself. I was actually bored last night. I wanted to play some 1v1 on World of Wars, and I used to do a lot in my pastime. It's Dome, in my opinion, is one of the best 1v1 maps ever to put out in the Call of Duty. I mean, but don't get me wrong, losing in a 1v1 is not something that's, makes you a better player. And this is how 1v1s are set up. Radar's on. You pretty much have a say of grenades or whatever you want to do. I mean, for the most part, stun grenades were never allowed. But, World of War had taboo grenades, which are really, really crap. And all they can do is really cut off a little section. They're like Nova gas grenades. But as always, it's been your boy Wings of Redemption. If you found this video informative, let me know. And if you could, please leave me a rating. As always, I'm Audi5000. And if you've watched this video this is actually a pretty good video. I'm really slack right now because Treyarch and Infinity War have two different sensitivity settings. And I was just getting back in the groove of actually moving this fast and predicting people. As always, it's been your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm Audi5000. Peace, pimps! What's up, fellas? It's your boy Nate, late night chilling. Damn, I'm so fucking late, I ain't got it. Alright, late night chilling. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption. God damn, I'm drunk with fucking sleep, so here we go with another, commentary today. I was rolling on Facebook, and I see my boy Tony. He had put up a video talking about DLC. And in the DLC, he basically talks about how developers are crying and complaining that DLC is a necessary evil. This is the actual term that the developer used, a necessary evil. That DLC's, compatibility and all this such. And so I went and actually looked through the article, and the article basically states like this. There's always a period in a game's development where there's 2 to 3 months before the game releases, but the game is pretty much done for release. And, obviously, the first question is, why don't you release the game then? Well, I understand why they don't release the game then. They have a multi-million-dollar release date, marketing campaign, stuff like that. They got to build up hype for the game itself. That's why they don't get the release date then. So basically what they do to make more money is they add what you call disc DLC. What is disc DLC? Since, most of the people that watch this channel are from the Call of Duty franchise or enjoy the Call of Duty franchise, you should know disc DLC very wonderfully because it's pretty much on every disc that you've played. Basically what they do is they pre-do maps and, gun packs and things like that. And when you actually do get a DLC, you just download a code which unlocks it. One way to know if you're getting legitimate DLC stuff or if you're getting a map DLC is to look at the size of the DLC itself. Like for example, like a Fallout New Vegas DLC, like they pretty much had an idea that they were going to do DLC and where it was heading, but at the same time you still have to download the content. It doesn't come on the CD when you first buy the game. Like for example, Honest Hearts, you actually can go into the Northern Passage entrance, but you can't go no further than that. It kind of lets you know that you got set up for the DLC. Or you could go to the bus thing on Lonesome Road way before the Lonesome Road DLC dropped, which was like 6 months later. But you couldn't go any further into it, but you had to download the rest of the maps via the DLC. Whereas on something like Call of Duty, like there's like 88 MB or something to download a map or whatever, and most of them already come on the disc, or they're pre-made. Like fucking Call of Duty Elite was pre-made, and everybody's always wondered like what did they spend all their money on in Modern Warfare 3, because they pretty much copied the Modern Warfare 2 engine. They made piss poor maps. They reskinned a lot of the guns. Did the strike packages take 2 years to make? No, what they pretty much took 2 years to make was the structure of the DLC on the Call of Duty Elite. They basically took Elite, which is a ripoff of a bunch of ideas, and pretty much gave to you. Treyarch gave it to you in Black Ops, which is something you'll probably never see again, for free, and they decided to charge for it. So basically what it is, they just increased the DLC packs and how they would do it, and probably tweak that system instead of actually worry about stuff such as weapon balance, map balance, how good a map plays, things like perk balance, stuff that's useless to the average player. It's much more important to put, this DLC. I wish they would do away with DLC, because guess what? DLC is not a necessary evil. You know why it's not a necessary evil? DLC was created by developers. When it was created by developers? As soon as consoles lend itself to being able to receive content after the fact. Pretty much DLC is the answer to what patches are to people. Like a company like Activision will see that a patch, which pretty much costs them money, and they'll just counterbalance it with shitty ass DLC such as Call of Duty Elite, which, even today I regret spending that $100 on 2 copies of Call of Duty Elite. You know why? Because I don't even use the shit, to be perfectly honest. I mean, I still haven't downloaded the 2 maps on the Xbox, and I just get on. I'd rather play the regular maps. Why? Because I know them, and they're not fucking garbage ass rush maps they put together in the last 2 months of a game's development. What's your opinion on disc-based DLC? It's been your boy Wings Redemption, late night chilling.